everybody. Welcome to a round 5 match of the Pokemon Crystal Full Item Randomizer tournament. We've got CedarBoy versus NooTzin today. I'm Garfield the Lightning, and today I'm joined by Rel and Tank here.
Hey.
So yeah, pretty important race for these two. We'll definitely want to win this one and the next one if they want to guarantee their way in to the second stage. And these are two very, very accomplished racers. So I mean, tough to lose one of them. I mean, I guess we can't say for sure that the loser will go out, but it's, I don't know. At that point, it's kind of out of your hands. You definitely want to take these two wins if you can.
I mean, I've looked at the Bohol score before this race, and especially CedarBoy, it's in dire need of this win. His Bohol score is abysmal so far, so it's very, very unlikely that he will be able to make it in on the 3-3 score. So, yeah. If they want to have a chance still to have it all in their own hands, they need this win. And everything after that, we'll have to see what happens here first.
Just win.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It absolutely is just that easy.
Alright, well, not great starters, to be honest. We have Heracross is the best stat-wise, but it does have that nasty 4x weakness to flying. So probably not a long-term main, but hopefully we've got some good physical moves to get us off the ground.
I mean, 4x weakness to physical moves is always at least somewhat manageable. We can X-defend against that, so like even if we don't really find anything better, there's at least a reasonable chance that we can make this work somehow. Heracross itself isn't too bad of a Pokemon, has a decent attack instead. So yeah, we'll have to see if there's better options available. But I mean, Heracross can work, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it might even be scarier to run early game just because if you do come across a strong flying move, it's going to be tough to stall that out. They typically have pretty high PP.
You know, sword stance on any physical attacker is always very, very tempting.
Yeah, this is true. What do we have? Hyper Beam as our only physical move?
I mean, there's
not ideal.
There's hidden power maybe too. I'm not completely sure how it always works, but there would be a chance. But yeah,
it would be yeah, that'd be fun to try and figure out. But probably would like something a bit more reliable than that. The Sphera could be a good start. It's got pretty decent attack and speed, good typing. Lots of physical stab options with normal flying. But we're just seeing a bit of Ice Punch, so not looking too hot. So we'll see if there's anything else on offer. Porygon 2, now that's a reliable mon.
Unfortunately, NooTzin is out of balls, so is not able to even attempt to catch that P2. Razor Leaf only Electrode.
Yeah, that's not looking great either. I think the Heracross is better than that. So
I mean, we did see in Razor and Dragon Breath TM, so that's at least one additional move. Meanwhile, Heracross wanting to learn Stun Spore is not helping with our problems of physical attacking right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, start for both players seems to be a bit rough. CedarBoy is through the first trainer already though, so has a few more options right now available.
Yeah, I think his hidden power is physical by the looks of it. It looked like he boosted up and then used hidden power to take something out, so narrows it down a little bit. Maybe we'll narrow that down a bit. Looks like he's just going though. Which, you know, if you can get through the early game, just going is a pretty good strat.
Ooh. Yeah, having Razor Leaf against Typhlosion is not your best attacking move, and yeah, landing the first...
This Electro just missing... just can't hit a Dynamic Punch to save its life this time.
I mean, it hit the first one against level 2 and then missed 4 in a row, so it can hit them.
Just too scared by the level 4 Typhlosion.
Yeah.
But hey, at least we're not dying. We have Moonlight. We're past the first trainer. NooTzin will probably want to main switch pretty quickly, or, well, maybe he'll hope to find a squirt bottle. We haven't found any key items yet, and as soon as I say that, the plain badge. But doesn't really help us with anything at the moment.
Cedar seems at least to be reasonably happy with the Heracross so far. Is not going to attempt search for additional options here.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, every time you run into something that you don't want to catch, it's a decent time loss. So if you can go through, it'll be great. But I mean, we'll see what Sprout Tower has for us on that top floor. We've seen Pokemon just not be able to get past some of those top floor trainers if they have some big exploitable weaknesses like Heracross does.
I feel like CedarBoy's power might be special after all, although
I think
the War Total is just bulky.
Yeah, I still think it's physical, but there's a radio card. Again, not really doing anything for us on its own, but a necessary item nonetheless.
Use of Hyper Beam in a single Pokemon fight. Being able to get the upside without the downside. Ooh, Blizzard Celebi is scary. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Heracross probably would have been fine. It's actually got pretty good special defense. But scary against the wrong Pokemon. He's just gonna chuck his Ultra Ball. I don't know about this. Yeah. That's still 1 in 3, just like a Pokeball in these randomizers. The kind of ball does not affect the catch rate for the catch chance for Pokemon with the maximum catch rate, which everything does have in these randomizers. So just a level ball or the Master Ball guarantees it. Every other ball works exactly the same.
So from what we've seen so far on Hidden Power, if we are indeed physical, we probably have something like a Ghost or Normal, as we have been hitting Normal on a variety of types right until now.
Hidden Power can't be Normal. It's got to be one of the other types.
Oh,
super
effective on Lugia.
Yeah, maybe that lends credence to the Ghost theory.
I mean, there's still the option of Rock. I actually think we didn't attack an Firemon as we did, Fire type as we did Hyper Beam the Slugma. So
yeah,
this Miracle should. Not very effective on Miracle,
like
Ghost. Okay. Rapidash was it hit on? Yeah, then it had to be Ghost before that.
But yeah, SpeedBoy, he took the gamble. He went with the Heracross, hopes to not come across anything with a strong flying move, and we were able to hyper beam a bunch of the Pokemon that could have been scary, and then immediately I eat my words as Hitmontop uses Air Blast. But hey, we can set it before that, so we'll be okay. But nice Commentator's Curse right there.
So, yeah, but Ghost as a hidden power is definitely very, very good here for Heracross. It hits a lot of stuff. We're probably not too happy to see any chances or Blizzies as long as we don't have something other than Hyper Beam, or it's just the last or single poke right now. Because, yeah. Hidden power wouldn't really help against those right now.
Yeah, we did try to learn Skull Bash, but it's just doesn't really help us all that much. We'd like a bit more coverage than that.
Speaking of liking a bit more coverage, this Electrode still needs to hit fire types with Dynamic Punch, which is not the best. But Aurora Beam will not really help that particular type, but
dear.
I mean, it's at least a start, and if NooTzin would want to commit, he could just teach Dragon Breath and then should have a solid moveset.
Yeah, Dragon Breath is not a particularly committal move. It's only 60 power. It just helps a bit with neutral coverage. You're probably not going to be teaching that to anything you're going to be switching to, so definitely think it's worth teaching just to unwall him from those fire types, if nothing else. There's a Squirt Bottle for CedarBoy.
Yeah, interesting location for it. Might still want to finish Union for the 6 items that are available in here, but there's the option now of just turning around. Not trying to force Azalea if you don't really are happy with him on.
So I realised I marked the wrong marks the items on NooTzin instead of CedarBoy, but we should be good now. Yeah, that early Squirt Bottle is probably going to be pretty welcome for NooTzin to see. He's in a well, I mean, his Electrode is okay. It's just, but he's come across that pretty glaring weakness to just not being able to hit fire types all that much. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to see what level 20 is, or he might just go through his Azalea.
I mean, he didn't have taught the Dragon Breath so far. At least I didn't see it. So this might be more inclination to still have that available for whatever you switch to. I don't know. I personally didn't really use Electrodes much until now, so I can't really speak to my preference for it. But we don't really have any obedience badges, so Kenya strats aren't really that great right now. And both the pseudo and the builds Pokemon that we would have easily access to could just be not that good either. So I mean, you can switch, but this Electrode is probably okay by this point for now. Hard to say. We'll have to see how comfortable NooTzin feels with it.
Yeah, it just depends if one of the higher level Pokemon or one of the strong fire types we can barely hit.
So it did look like CedarBoy wasn't really fully sure of what his hidden power was, as he was trying to hit the Paragon with it.
Okay.
And yeah. Fortunately, the Fanpy then got him after he had to use Hyper Beam, but is through the first fight in the well and should now be very well aware of his hidden power being Ghost. There's Fly here in Azalea. So, yeah, skipping or putting off Azalea is not the best thing to do this seed.
Yep. I mean, CedarBoy will be happy that he just kept at it with the Heracross. But we'll see what decision NooTzin makes soon enough.
Square bottle for NooTzin. It's at least continuing into Union. Again, this is the more likely play. You are right next to 6 items, and if you really want to turn around, you can still escape rope after you got all of them. But these 6 items can heavily impact your decision, depending on what you find in here. I mean, on the other side, I think one reason that NooTzin might make NooTzin not wanting to turn on is I think he has bought any additional balls right now, so his ball count is already pretty low.
I mean, that's okay. I think you're probably just gonna, you can just buy more in the department store when you're going to check all the items out over there. I don't think that's a big problem. Or we could just buy them here.
If you turn around, you could also buy them in Azalea, in Violet, but yeah. Looks like both are going to do Azalea. Though NooTzin still has the option of skipping. I don't imagine he's going to do it. He could try to scout Alex first for Surf though, but nope, not happening apparently.
We got Stab Fire Punch from Flareon.
I mean, E-Speed is...
With only learning normal moves.
I mean, it's not the worst. Normal Ghost is actually pretty okay coverage.
Oh, we're confused as well after we set up Sword Stance. Okay, yeah, definitely cure that. We'd deal a heck of a lot of damage to ourselves if we didn't. I mean, like you say, Ghost is a very solid hidden power type for CedarBoy to have in this situation. Like, imagine if it was fighting or something, he probably would have skipped Azalea in that case.
Yeah, fighting would have been very, very scary. I mean, on the other hand, fighting on the Heracross wouldn't be also too terrible, but yeah, this thought I would have had to say something about it.
Yeah, you would have needed at least one other move. I guess you had Flame Wheel.
Yeah. I think CedarBoy is probably very, very strongly looking for a ground type move at this point around out coverage. But also take fighting with Ghost now. You would want to have something to hit Steel with. That's your biggest problem right now. So either fighting or rock, probably. Yeah, well, rock for Skarmory would be the one. Fighting would be probably the more appreciated. Ground would also work well, but Skarmory would remain a problem.
Electrode also learning extreme speed upon level up. Doesn't really need the priority, but it's a strong move nonetheless.
Seems like NooTzin's also taken an rival first here. Then getting at least a 5-turn sleep from the Haunter.
Yeah, we might get put to sleep again. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see just Electrode. It's got speed and it doesn't really have a whole lot of other stats. We had to 3 hits the Haunter that was 5 levels lower than us.
Yeah, then get taken out by a Stab Sludge Bomb. So spiders are not that scary usually, but Stab Sludge Bomb still hurts.
Yep, it does have base 90 attacks, so if you get hit, it's can definitely do some damage.
We do have Flash on CedarBoy's side now found. So slowly but surely we're getting some stuff that we can't really use right now, but we have some use for later at some point, probably.
Yeah, just a squirt bottle we can outright use right now, so we will get another check with the plain badge in Goldenrod at least.
Finding a crunch TM here, one of the premium special attacking TMs, I'd say. Just very, very versatile. Obviously, you probably would still prefer to have Thunderbolt or Ice Beam instead of Crunch, but Crunch is one of the best that you not immediately open to have always. Boomerang.
An attack that strikes twice, yeah, that can only be Boomerang.
Oh, that's pretty much exactly what Heracross is looking for, more or less.
Yep, that's really good.
It's not fully accurate, so that it's you probably have preferred to see Earthquake, but you can't always have everything. So
yeah, I mean it was like top 3 of the moves we were looking for, really. For Heracross, could have had like maybe Earthquake or like maybe Jump Kick or something, but yeah, it's really solid.
Poke Gear 2 here, why not? And we do have Sleep Powder on the move tutor. It's definitely something that you want to remember for later. It's not the TM, so it's not the most flexible thing, but still having the option to just get a sleep move for red, especially with some not ideal defensive types on Mons, can be very, very valuable.
Did miss what happened to NooTzin. He got hit by some multi-hit move from Flareon that killed him, so it could have been like Bone Rush or something, I don't know. You might see it again here.
Wasn't that Boomerang?
Oh,
although
maybe.
that might have
Bone something.
Yeah,
it is
Bone
Bone
Rush.
Rush,
Okay. Yeah, Bone Rush is usually not the move you are worried about, except when you're an electric type, so
yeah, we can just buy Headbutt now, and that's a nice reliable move for Heracross. Yep, this moveset's looking pretty solid.
Yep. Taking the 10 more PP over the 10 more attacking power and the priority, which is reasonable.
This Flareon will just not hit itself in confusion. It got a Aerodactyl. Okay.
And has Step Ancient power, so it can reset its own Omni Boost. That is synergy.
Wow, yeah, such tech. NooTzin's getting pretty unlucky here. I feel like he should have gotten past the Flareon by now. But, oh, he's just going. He's just gonna try his luck with the rival, by the looks of it.
Not even that.
Or he's gonna grind, alright.
This is unfortunate, and there it also could have potentially helped if NooTzin decided to try and scout the forest first, since Surf would have gotten rid of that Flareon problem probably pretty good. Now we've seen that it wasn't in the forest, but it could have been an option. Well, we do
have the badge from Whitney. Very nice.
Interestingly enough, the one Johto badge that does not have any HM tied to it. Now other than critting the Blizzard again, but yeah, now this area does. Oh, does it also have Sword Stance?
Oh, it looks like it, yeah.
So yeah, that's why the Fletchman hurts so much again. Oh. Let's go Heracross.
Oh dear.
Then yeah,
right.
The card.
That's fine. We can Sword Sense Hyper Beam this, or just Hyper Beam twice. But didn't really give Electrode all that much experience.
Well, NooTzin has now only 2 potential items that he would leave behind in Azalea, so with Fly already found, could reasonably decide to skip. Meanwhile, we see a Sacred Fire Mewtwo burning Heracross here on the level 15 Pokemon. That's slightly unfortunate. Well, this Scizor didn't stand a chance of living against Mewtwo. Not only Sacred Fire, but Flame Wheel if it would run out of PP.
Drill Peck Dratini, we can just get that to Dragonite with our 0 obedience badges.
Yeah, would have been an interesting thing to try. Probably not advisable, especially without any obedience badges. You never know what might work.
You would think that since Mineral Badge didn't do anything for us in terms of HMs, it would help us with obedience instead, but no, it just doesn't help.
Good Rod, that's also an interesting find. If there's a very quick Super Rod, we could actually just reasonably try for fishing mains. Fishing up to level 40s. I mean, I don't think CedarBoy is very unhappy with the Heracross, so he won't be looking desperately for something new, but I mean, level difference still makes up or helps a lot at this point in the race, so if we get an early quick Super Rod, it could be interesting. Also, the Pseudo would have been actually probably usable. We would have had a Haunter. Thing. Or one doesn't evolve.
It evolves at 25. We probably wouldn't quite have had enough experience from Azalea for that.
I mean, still, Ghastly is not the worst. So
if you can kill things, it's fine. Yeah, it's got It's got very good special attack, but you just gotta not die. So very moveset dependent, really. At that point,
I
just
mean,
KO things before they KO you.
we did have the Dragon Breath. If he would have gone Goldenrod first, he would have also had Crunch, so that would have been at least something.
Yeah. NooTzin not buying Bone Meringue. I mean, wouldn't have been useful for his Electrode, but might have been worth a buy even without that. Just for any potential physical main switches you might do later on. But I mean, it's a pretty innocuous description, just like hits twice, you know. There's a lot of the you got a few moves that are like that just don't sound that great, but actually end up being like one of the better moves that you can come across.
CedarBoy did turn in the Kenya, check the return item on guard, and is now buying Rock Smash. Do have that accessible. We do have also already found Flash, so it's not that far off, or it's not unreasonable to expect Dark Cave potentially be in Logic sooner than later. You only need to find a separate badge for it.
Yeah.
I definitely can understand here, just going to be safe. It's a slight detour to get this.
Yeah. Ideally, we probably would want some other reason to go back that way, like if we had the Mystery Egg or the Rising Badge as well. But yeah, like you say, not a big detour. So wouldn't blame CedarBoy for whatever choice he makes here.
It's also that we don't really have too much opened up in North Chapter right now. We do have Acrotique, we do have the Lighthouse, and we do have 2 checks on Mount Mortar and then additional on Route 43. So, not too many things right now that you can do here on first trip. So there's potential value to just check in Dark Cave to see if you can get something that helps opening up more checks up here, just so you have more reason to go into a certain direction. That's just an X attack for the only Rock Smash item currently in Logic. NooTzin taking the Sacred Fire from the move tutor.
Yep, still doesn't help him against fire types. Where is HMO3 when you need it?
And he didn't even get the water gun TM off of Bugsy. It's just eluding him to hit fire types.
So CedarBoy is pretty low on healing items at the moment, has to burn his full restore there. Hey, Aerodactyl was much easier for Electrodes and Heracross. Might be the first time I can say that about anything we've come across so far.
Boys through the rivals, we have Romos now.
Some solid guesses in chat. Definitely agree with Ninetales, Scyther, Ivysaur. CedarBoy is having a little look. I mean, Ninetales and Scyther both have their issues. Ninetales is not that strong, and Scyther, easy to evolve it and get a more common 4x weakness, or you don't evolve it and have to sit through endless Scyther is trying to evolving windows.
I mean, the one time you are happy to see an Everstone pop up is when you are contemplating potentially running Scyther. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Cedar probably would have switched if he had gotten any of the two, because they are decently usable right now, and it would be almost 20 level difference that we have at the moment, so he's certainly making stuff easier right now. Huh. Especially considering that we potentially just have access to Tin Tower.
Yep. Can also use strength now and get those extra mortar items and the one in Burnt Tower basement.
Yeah.
Olivine pretty profitable so far.
So we do have the Lighthouse to train up a bit, especially if we are intending to try and get into the into Tin Tower. Then we want to have some more levels. We would have to get through the 3 sages with each 2 Pokemon around level 32, which currently for the Heracross might still be somewhat problematic. But with all the Lighthouse experience and then all the Morty experience and likely even all the Kimono Girl experience, we should be around level 30 by that point, so it would be pretty reasonable to get through.
NooTzin pet the cat in the national park, so I am instantly supporting him now. Sorry, CedarBoy.
Saving the frames. Yeah. Cannot agree with that. Revival is nice to have, but this might be even a bit nicer. Storm Badge for CedarBoy definitely makes this trip over here just infinitely more valuable, since CedarBoy can now fly around the map. Which makes,
yeah, Olivine just absolutely incredible. I opened up several large, fairly decently sized item locations, and now we can just fly around. Pretty great. What isn't so great is Aeroblast Croconaw, but we've got the levels on it, so we're okay.
Yeah. And it, followed up by an E-Speed Sunflower doesn't really make it better. But luckily it was only a Sunflower. There we have the ticket. Oh, now that's actually interesting, because you can't just say, well, I'm right here, take the boat, I fly. Don't need to win the fight on the boat.
CedarBoy looks like he might be gearing up for that. Although didn't really need to heal in that case.
I mean, on the other side, you could try and at least get some experience of the fight if possible. Nope, CedarBoy might actually be tempted by Tin Tower, which...
this makes more sense, because you have a cutscene in the Accuracy Pokemon Center.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, without Surf, CedarBoy, he's got a Swords Dance physical main. likely not going to be worth his time to go to Cycling Road just to get something that's like 5 or 6 levels higher than him when he doesn't know the quality of the Pokemon he's going to find there.
I mean, for physical mons, we actually are pretty solidly equipped for what moveset is considered, since Boomerang is just buyable and Strength Boomerang already is pretty good in that regard. Yeah, I mean, having a sword stance for any physical mon makes it just so much better. So yeah, it's not that likely that you would be really interested in whatever is on Cycling Road. And those 5-10 minutes that you may spend, or up to 5 minutes maybe that you would spend looking for something and not really finding anything there, could be the 5 minutes that you are missing in the end. They were not really necessary to spend. So
Current Cedar moveset's kind of old by Skarmory. I mean, yeah, but Source Dance just helps so much with things that otherwise just resist what we have. As long as Skarmory, if it has a stab flying move, then it could be a problem. But if it doesn't, that's not too bad. But I suppose we would probably prefer a fighting move in that case over Boomerang, or well, maybe not even over Boomerang at this point. Maybe over Hidden Power. Okay. That's another really good physical move. Drill Pack.
yeah, you don't really have that good of a space. You could reasonably just teach it over Hidden Power since Drill Pack's stronger.
I think so.
And hitting psychic types and ghost types super effective isn't really that terrible. Since most of the psychic types are not really that well equipped in the defense department anyway. On the other hand, it's not necessary to teach right now. It doesn't really help you any better against Skarmory, which is your only real big problem with the moveset, and that's only one single mon.
It's another good physical move that doesn't help us at all against Skarmory, Sludge Bomb.
Huh.
Yeah, just need Earthquake to show up for us, really. Had some great physical moves show up for us so far.
Yep. I mean, I guess there's also Aeroblast that could show up. That's not really that great against Skarmory. So we still have some moves left.
Yeah, a lot of physical moves are just not that great against Skarmory, huh? Ariados comes back with a vengeance against NooTzin. Oh, who just thought that Ariados have been so much of a problem?
CedarBoy is teaching Drill Pack over Hidden Power. Isn't really feeling the ghost anymore. It's an upgrade in base power anyway, so yeah. And CedarBoy almost going into Tin Tower, but then deciding to maybe just buy a few revives first, potentially.
Yeah, could do that. If we're a little bit scared, we could take on the Kimono Girls too, but with Swords Dance, if we don't die, we'll be okay.
I'm also not too sure about setting the revival herb just to buy revives. That.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially in these fights, just being able to. We only have one other Pokemon as well, Revival Herb, to get us to full immediately. Could be helpful, but we'll see what the sages have. Anyway, on NooTzin's side, he has learned Psybeam now, so he finally has something a special move that hits fire types neutrally.
And still gets taken out by a crit Mega Horn from Kingler. So.
Oh dear.
Yeah, this Electrode is just not having a good time.
That SS to hit can't come soon enough for NooTzin at the moment.
Going E-Speed against Kingler isn't really helping that much either. Kingler has a solid defense, but not very much special defense. But NooTzin can at least go for roamers now, and we might actually see NooTzin try a bit harder.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
At all able to identify something.
No save though,
save.
so
yeah.
Only has one reasonable try at this. Yeah, as a reminder, the roamers were Ninetales and Scyther, so we'll see if NooTzin goes to one of the adjacent routes to look for one of them. He is going straight to Route 38, so we'll see what he can find here.
This is going to give it a look.
Doesn't look like it's happening for him though.
Skipping out on Morty, which is reasonable right now, since you don't have an immediate reason to want to try and fight him. And yeah, we'll be also finding a ticket and a rainbow in here. And Storm Badge. A clear bell. Wow, that was rather interesting. Well, CedarBoy has now the consideration to make of potentially taking Venusaur. The main, which at this point isn't really too much of an upgrade, and is just taking the experience immediately.
Yep, fair enough.
9 level upgrades is still okay-ish. It's not too bad, and Venusaur doesn't have the worst stats. And we do have some decent move we could give it. Dutch Bomb's actually pretty solid there to use, so.
Yeah.
But,
it's just hard to say no to a one with good setup and good coverage.
Yep.
But I mean, this could still burn CedarBoy down the road if we do if we do have to go and do those harder fights. Doesn't look like the seed is gearing up that way at the moment, so we might not see it be a problem before red, but it's a bit too early to say that, I suppose. We still don't have Surf yet, so we might have to dip into Kanto yet.
And on the other side, Venusaur's defensive typing isn't really that great either. So if you would have something troublesome with a flying type, Venusaur wouldn't be that much better against it. Now we have at least Fog Badge, so that's half of Surf. Texas. Dab Thundershock for the Electrode.
Wow. That's Raikou.
Ooh. Dab Thundershock for Raikou?
Yeah.
Huh. You definitely catch this. Just at least look at what it has. you have a good, you have some solid moves to teach.
That is a bad moveset. Just normal. We have Crunch and Thundershock for special moves, and Whirlpool, I guess. So, yeah, not the ideal setup.
Yeah, I would personally stay on the Heracross for now and at least check out what Celadon has to offer. I mean, we do have Sacred Fire on the move tutor. CedarBoy hopefully remembers that, so that would actually do go a long way to improve what Raikou would have available for now. But yeah, it's not the moveset that you were hoping for, Raikou. Yeah, I definitely agree with stick with the Heracross for now. Look through the easy checks and Kanto and see if there's at least Surf to find before you have to go into any harder fights. Oh, speaking of,
all right, didn't even need to wait until we got to Kanto. Just get Surf straight away. Not bad. Yeah, well, we can have a few items we can just grab in Kanto if we get more good special moves. Yeah, could definitely see that main switch. Or we might just find the expansion card and switch to a level 50, I don't know, something. Level 50 Alakazam or something, I don't know.
Find the mystery egg here in Pokemon Fan Club. And yeah, we do have quite a bit that we can do now, especially with Surf access opened up and full strength access. Have the way to Blackthorn, we have the Rocket Hideout. We do have the Hide badge here on the Swift Corporation card. Well, we have not Blackthorn access yet, never mind. We only had 6 badges. We do need the 7th.
As soon as NooTzin got that SS ticket, he was on the boat to Kanto, just not interested in taking this Electrode any further. Can't really blame him for not having confidence that this can get past the stages. So yeah,
absolutely. I would have done absolutely the same. I wouldn't have trusted this Electrode one more second here even. Just look at what you can get availability to. It will be unfortunate for NooTzin that he won't have Surf access since Fogbatch was in Tin Tower, so he is not able to look in the harbor, which limits him to or in the waters, which limits him to cycling roads and adjacent routes for now. But yeah. First, find something with on attack.
Oh, that's looking to be an electric move at the top.
And don't think that was the Thundershock number, so it has to be something different. And it looks. It also wasn't Dragon Breath.
Haven't seen it yet. I don't think.
No.
Let's go up a bit. Come on.
There's
It's Thunderbolt! It's Thunderbolt! Oh! Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, yep, this... okay. So, yeah, we've got a great moveset on this Raikou. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Which is like Heracross immediately relegated to H employee and just like he just teaching at Whirlpool. Like, yep, that's just that's a sign that we're not coming back to the Heracross.
Yeah. Poor Heracross. It did its absolute best up until now, and it wasn't bad. It could have been absolute solid main choice in a lot of ROMs.
Yeah, I mean, this moveset could not have been much better. Moveset could not have been much better, but I mean, Thunderbolt Raikou. What can you say?
Yeah. It's unfortunate for the Heracross that there was just something way better right around the door. I mean, it's still not optimal on the Raikou either, but at this rate we're probably finding a nice BMTN somewhere, right?
We'll see.
I mean, if nothing else, we do have Sacred Fire that we could teach if we are worried about stuff like grass coverage. But Crunch should be going a long way to hit anything that you can't really hit with Thunderbolt and Surf. Your one current problem as we find Waterfall here in the well would be hitting Dragon Tribes if you don't have Crunch.
Yeah, I mean, even then, the dragon types that are the most threatening, the fully evolved ones, are just neutral to Thunderbolt anyway, so we're not even that scared of those.
True.
Probably grass types are the slightly bigger issue without Sacred Fire, but like, you know, we probably just crunch those and be okay anyway.
I mean, most grass types aren't really that strong on themselves. One of the more bulkier ones in Executor would absolutely crumble the Crunch anyway. And aside from them, it's just really the Venusaur line that could be potentially bad, and Crunch still would be solid on that, I guess.
You know, NooTzin he found a whole lot of Farfetch'd, and I mean, Nidoqueen is the highest level of anything we can find here.
And it has Toxic, so...
Yes, wow, yeah, Stab Toxic and Smoke Screen, okay, well, NooTzin's not interested. I don't think NooTzin went into Mount Mortar, so he doesn't have Sludge Bomb yet, but I don't think he went in there anyway. I think he just went straight away to... he just went straight away to Kanto after he got the SS ticket, but I mean, Gramble, if it doesn't get outsped, is pretty solid with strength, and other good physical moves.
It's basically the opposite of Electrode here, pretty much. It has no speed, it has a lot of attack, and it's a physical attacker instead of a special attacker with not that much special attack and almost all exclusively speed. But yeah, I mean, CedarBoy could just potentially switch again, because that was the expansion card here over, and was it the Waterstone Chamber already? Nope, that was Ho-Oster. Okay.
Wow, we're teaching Crunch to Gramble. We're really desperate, huh? Oh dear. Gramble's special attack is very bad. I don't know how bad, but it's very bad.
It's very bad. I mean, if this would be Gen 4 and onwards, Crunch would be actually pretty good there, since it then would be physical, I believe. But yeah, not in this game here, fortunately.
Well, we really just got cut and the expansion card, so we can just fully go into West Kanto whenever we want.
Yep. We sure did. Also reminding Heracross of its new role immediately by teaching Cut. We can also do an additional check here now, since we are just right next to it anyway.
It's a real shame that NooTzin didn't buy that Boomerang TM in Goldenrod, because that would have just made the Gramble much better, especially since it looks like he's going to fight Janine right now, and he only really has strength on this Gramble, so we'll see about this. At least Normal's not too bad defensively, just having the one weakness in fighting, which doesn't have that many great moves. We'll see how this goes.
The big problem is though you won't be outspeeding anything here, so you will be hit by a lot of status moves potentially, as we see the poison and we've seen a sleep attempt already, and yeah, Granbull definitely if it hits hard, but that's pretty much the only thing that you can say about it. It's just so hard to get on, and is that a high jump kick on the Kabuto? So
yeah, just I don't think we'll be switching to the Snorlax though somehow.
I don't think this.
Well,
hey, but this is vulnerable. It's working.
It's immune to ground, I suppose. So, yay. Don't think we've seen a jump off main this tournament, which is not surprising at all. It's yeah, 4 times weakness, not very good stats, like fast, and that's about it.
I mean, it is a flying type, as you mentioned. So considering that, if there's really something that has strong ground type move that is threatens lead, we do have potentially something to force it off of what it wanted to use. And again, there's sleep powder on the move tutor, so you know, if Red Sleet is proving to be something extremely annoying for the Raikou, you could potentially make use of this. Get started somehow.
I mean, I would love to see Jumpluff get its time in the sun. NooTzin does get past Janine, but she does not give him anything, unfortunately. So NooTzin going to go back in here to presumably just get through Morty and all that. Yeah, I am assuming at this point he just didn't recognize that the hits 2 times was Boomerang, because if so, I think he would have gone back and bought it. It just would have improved the scramble so much.
No, doesn't really seem that sure of what he actually wants to do. Decides to check out Mortar Strength section first, after all. Maybe because of the Granbull still not really having that great of a moveset. And I mean, you could try and force your way through the Elders. You don't need to defeat them, all 3 of them, on the first attempt. There's definitely, if you really want to force your way through, you can defeat them one at a time and then wipe and fly back. So we'll lose a bit of money that way, but each Sage defeated will stay defeated. So you can eventually make your way through.
Sludge Bomb is at least another physical move for Granbull, I guess, but doesn't really help against the types that we're not hitting with normal. Like Ghost resists it, Steel's immune to it, Rock resists it. So, I mean, it's a move, I guess, but I don't think it's really that helpful.
It's a move if you need more PP than what you have already, and want to hit stuff on the physical side. So, I mean, yes, in that case, it's still okay on the Granbull, I think, because we don't really have too much on it, except from strength.
Okay, we did teach Headbutt as well for dual stab, and that might be enough for a while.
I mean, the thing there is those wouldn't hit ghosts both, so while
Yeah,
not
fair enough.
effective, Sludge Bomb would at least hit ghosts. And ghosts, the ghosts that we are able to encounter either don't resist it or just don't have any physical defense. So the fact that they resist it isn't really that bad.
Well, I mean, Gengar double resists it though, so it will just take no damage. Can't even get poisoned by the 30% Sludge Bomb poison chance. So just don't run into any ghosts, I suppose.
No, I mean, NooTzin taught Crunch probably for that exact reason, because Crunch would be a way to deal with that pretty decent.
Yeah, of course Boomerang is the other one, but that ship has sailed. We're not going to be doing that by the looks of it.
Which is unfortunate.
Well, there's Gengar.
Speaking of Ghost...
If we one-hit it, okay, we were 17 levels higher, but still.
And yeah, this is probably that's probably a pretty good sign of what this Granbull is currently setting up for. It just headbutts its way through a rock. If there's a problem, just bash your head against it and hope it works. Well, boy. Also finding a Nidoqueen.
Alright. Rejects it immediately.
Which is probably understandable. I mean, between the Raikou and the Nidoqueen, the choice might be tough, but I think that there might be a slight tendency to something.
Dang, we really have Crunch as the moveset as the move in slot 1 for this Granbull as well. I don't know about that one.
I'm not too sure either. I mean, by this point in the tournament, round 5, you probably expect runners to be familiar enough with the with how this game works. I mean, if you are playing multiple generations of Pokemon games, then there's always the case of you just confusing how some moves are typed or which attacking class there are.
Yeah, I mean, Headbutt would for sure have one-shot that Drowsy, and NooTzin was heavily punished for using Crunch instead, getting Psybeam confused.
Does at least get its Whirlpool HM and another good physical move that the Granbull probably wants more than Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, that will help a whole lot for Granbull against those Ghost types. Still not great for those Rock and Steel types, but it's something. But, I mean, if we are planning on switching off of this in Tin Tower, maybe we do want to hold on to that for a little bit.
Potentially. I mean, I definitely can see this Granbull just being used to get into Tin Tower and nothing else if there's a chance. And we do know that there's a Raikou with some very good moves that are around. So, yeah. I can't really see NooTzin not take the Raikou here either.
Yeah, although, I mean, it doesn't seem likely that he would go back to Celadon to check the mart items. Now, if he does make his way to the through the cut maze to the person who normally gives you hidden power, and he sees that he says that TM10 is Thunderbolt, maybe that would prompt him to go over there, but Besides that, I'm not sure we'd be seeing Thunderbolt on Raikou, but we'll see. We haven't even gotten there yet, so probably just probably shouldn't speculate that far ahead.
Yeah. I mean, there's always something to say about not being able to read attack descriptions, but yeah, seeing that there's a TM10 Thunderbolt out there probably is making you inclined to try and use the Raikou once you see it. There also, I think, should be a TM10 out there to be found by itself.
There should be, yeah, because that guy normally gives you TM10 in vanilla, so it should be on the ground somewhere, or given to you by somebody. But could be one of the items in Matt Silver for all we know.
Yep, that's true. NooTzin on the last stage here at least. CedarBoy on the other side, almost done with the hideout.
Yeah, haven't found anything here yet. We still have the items that we get from Lance. We get one from Lance, two from Price, and then one from the Gatehouse on Route 43, so still got those to go through, but nothing yet. And the experience not that helpful for Raikou, so I mean, if this does turns out to be nothing, maybe a potential avenue for NooTzin to make up some time later if he decides to skip this.
Yep. Always feels a bit courageous to leave a section with so many items behind like this one, but yeah, I mean, in the end you just need to find 19 things plus either cut or waterfall and surf. So, well, and pass or SS ticket, I guess. And so around 25 things. When there are 200 checks around, maybe 150. I actually didn't count. No, but yeah, you definitely don't need to find everything. So there is some room for educated risk that you can take.
I thought NooTzin might at least chuck a ball at the Ivysaur, considering he had Sludge Bomb, but decides not to, and you will see Raikou up on the top floor, so that's fine.
That was a Glacier badge from Lance, so yeah, we do need to fully do this hideout.
Yep.
No way around that. But that's also potential World Island access. Not a lot to get with those 3 cent, and we don't saw the Silverwing, I believe. And
I haven't seen it yet, no.
I guess we won't really be that interested either here, although also getting a secret potion. For all we know, this might be just another Raikou there. So, could get a level upgrade there.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, like, where I don't know if a level 60 Raikou is even that much better than level 40 Raikou for most of the fights we have to do. Like, maybe it's... But like, I suppose, maybe it, if the lead on red is really tough, it could be good, but honestly, with a Raikou with a level 40-ish Raikou with Thunderbolt at this stage of the game, you probably just don't even waste your time.
Yeah, I mean, it's really about 3 or 4 things that you might consider in Raikou, Zapdos, Mewtwo, and yeah, I mean, what even else aside from those would be really tempting at this point? So what are the chances that exactly those are there?
Wow, NooTzin really doesn't catch that, huh?
Yeah.
That's a big surprise.
Huh.
I mean, he only saw Encore, so... I mean, we know his starting moveset wasn't great, but like... I guess we haven't found all that many special moves, but even so...
I mean,
not even chucking a ball is a bit surprising.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here is NooTzin taught the Crunch TM already. So the only really moves that he has available right now are Surf and Thunder Shock. He does not know about the Thunderbolt TM apparently.
Yeah, so... I mean, we do have the Sacred Fire Tutor as well that he knows about. So that's... I mean, it's still better than the Gramble right now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I personally would have always at least looked at the Raikou, given that what we had so far for mains definitely wasn't on the upper end of what I would have been looking for. I don't know. I mean, you have invested a bit into this Granbull already, and if you are able to set up, then this Granbull definitely still can do work. But yeah. I don't know.
But if we are committing to this Gramble, I'm thinking why don't you teach Drill back in that case?
And I mean, there's also Dragon Breath on this Granbull too, I think. Right now, which doesn't really have any reason to be on there, if so. I mean, there are physical attackers or more rather Dragonoid or maybe Nidoking that have also decently special attacks, so you could okay, CedarBoy, just find all the remaining matches while I'm trying to think here. Sure, do that. Yeah, I don't know. So far in this race, it just felt like CedarBoy had a much better idea of what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it. Get a Psychic TM teaching that? Over Dragon Breath? Sure, why not? I mean, Dragon Breath doesn't really do much for you, and Psychic is at least 1.5 times that power, so...
Yep, sure.
And has the chance to drop the special defense, which... I mean, Dragon Breath can paralyze, but...
I mean, either way, you're going to be clicking Thunderbolt or Surf most of the time. But, yeah, like you say, a bit stronger than Dragon Breath. Like, better move in general.
I mean, Linkshot and Chet has a point. For grass coverage, as most of them are poison types too, Psychic actually does improve your moveset currently. You lose a bit of dragon coverage, but as you mentioned, as you said earlier, hitting the important dragons neutral with Thunderbolt anyway doesn't really make Dragon Breath for dragon coverage that's important. With Zephyr Badge now found, CedarBoy going to check the Miracle Seed Gift in the Flash Chamber. I mean, the chambers had some good value already, so
Yeah, we've had one key item in each of them so far. Can we make it 4 out of 4?
Triple Kick is a physical move.
I guess. It's very bad though. Wow, okay, just kicks in this chamber, I guess.
I mean, there was Rock Smash too, so
yeah, 3 fighting TMs. Oh dear. I guess technically TM08 is an item on the tracker.
yeah. So we had that one already, unfortunately, though, so it didn't really help us in any way at this point. The boy turning in the secret potion. See if the lighthouse had even more value than just the Glacier Badge. Which, now that we've found Zephyr Badge, I'm pretty sure CedarBoy will continue this just into Well Islands, as they are now fully in Logic. And we don't have Claire access yet, so yeah, this Whirlpool isn't really doing much outside of giving us Well Islands. Or more specifically, it only opens up World Islands right now. Oh no, never mind. We do have 27 exits from Kanto. Never mind.
I don't think we've seen Mount Mortar Basement yet, have we? Maybe he. I assume that CedarBoy is waiting for the Rising Badge so that he can couple them in.
Yeah, would be reasonable. I definitely. I don't really remember seeing it either, so we probably just didn't. And we do have World Islands. We do have a similarly dense area, fully in Logic right now. So yeah, it's not unreasonable to expect something in there, and just hope for an Rising Badge alongside that. And seeing that we are still missing 6 Kanto badges, where each of them can just be literally anywhere. Yeah. Definitely reasonable to expect that you probably are checking both these areas anyway, and then might as well clear this one first and hope that you can also save a trip on the other one. Or to the other one. NooTzin is getting the Glacier Badge here. Which apparently was his 7th badge as well, so yeah. Now is able to continue towards Blackthorn. So, I mean, the story is almost intact here for NooTzin, right? He got the badge after the hideout and not after the gym, but
it's close,
it's
yeah.
close. And, Yeah, well, I did mention we didn't have clear access first, or didn't have clear access yet. Yeah, well, now we do have it. CedarBoy did find the card key here in Wall Islands alongside the red scale. Yeah, the tracker is filling up.
Yeah, got the basement key too earlier, so pretty enticing to go into Radio Tower. We'd be able to clear it out pretty easily at this point.
Yep. Imagine Whirlpool is just bait. Going into Wall Islands to find the card key, to do all of Radio Tower, basement, and clear, and just don't get anything out of it. This sounds like something a tournament ROM would do. So yeah, we'll have to see if we are actually finding something of use for us alongside the path, but I am. While CedarBoy is here, finish out Chuck. You had the option of leaving Chuck behind for now, since you got the fly point, and now with the basement, with the radio tower and basement, another pretty item dense area open. There was definitely the option to skip it, but with the Striker, you don't really should not have any troubles in these fights anyway. So yeah, not that much reason to skip it either.
Yeah, with CedarBoy, not checking the Mount Ultra Surf items yet does seem to indicate that he's a player who likes to kind of cut down on movement where he can. So like, you cut down on another fly trip back here if he just does everything here now. Probably has that kind of efficiency mindset going on when it comes to his routing here.
And to be fair, there's not much that, or there didn't really happen too much that would put CedarBoy off of that. He had just done a lot of stuff in his ROM pretty efficiently already, so there's not too much reason for him to feel immensely behind at this point. So he has all the liberty in the world to just play his game. Seems like that's just what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he'll also know that even if NooTzin did try and stick to the Heracross, like, there's no guarantee that his opponent would have gotten as useful a hidden power as he did. So like, that just could be another thing in his mind as to, like, that might give him some idea that he's got a decent chance to be ahead here.
Nothing out of Chuck, so a bit of experience on Raikou, but nothing more. He's turning in the red scale now after checking the man on the island here. Meanwhile, NooTzin will pick up Soul Badge and Zephyr Badge in a moment. So has caught up on badge count. It gets also caught by the optional here. Ew.
NooTzin would probably not say no to the Silverwing showing up soon.
Yep.
Although, I thought he might catch the Raikou and he didn't, so the level 60 might be more attractive to him.
Yeah, the Raikou wasn't really that much higher level than Grand Bull was at that point, and Raikou is with being a legendary is on the slower experience curve here, so there's a point to make that Grand Bull in the longer run would just get more levels. And with the bit of stat experience already invested in a Grand Bowl, it might not be too much worse. But yeah, the level 60 on the other hand would be just still 15 levels higher at this point, so if it's reasonably usable, I think NooTzin would be at least going to check it out if he gets access to the Silver Wing. Which it does not seem likely that it will be. Now, the bigger question is, will NooTzin actually switch to the jumper?
That's the bigger question, huh? Well, could teach it stab drill pick, I guess.
I mean, being able to teach stab drill pick is usually pretty good, so I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I think jump off might be one of the exceptions to that.
Does find psychic now. Also, NooTzin did not decide to check out any of the chambers just yet, so I was wondering how much longer can we really put this off, because it's just so many items, especially with now Zephyr Badge found also.
Yeah, he can just do everything here. And with cut from the Waterstone Chamber, he'll even be able to pair in the Route 32 item as well.
Okay, and CedarBoy is going to check out Soft Sand Girls first, or at least the item before them.
Yep, just continuing the theme of clearing everything out while he can. As I say that, he doesn't like the soft turn kill, so forget what I just said.
Yeah, that was what I was a bit curious about, because if he's going down there now, it feels slightly weird that he decides to do that before going into tower and basement. Just on the off chance that you find all your 7 remaining badges between the 11 checks, 12 checks that you have available here. Meanwhile, just checking out that one more item isn't really that much improving your chances of not doing this or skipping out on some stuff here. So yeah, this might point towards CedarBoy not really wanting to do Soft Sand Girls at all. Which, for a single check, is actually quite a bit of time you need to invest compared to some other checks that you would potentially have available.
Yeah, fair enough. So I guess I'll revise CedarBoy's like efficiency playset in my head to being efficient except for annoying checks. Just just shelve some of those for now.
And there is definitely some reasoning to it. I mean, if you just decide to full clear everything, you might be fast in the way, or in the sense of being efficient and then having very good full clear time, but if your opponent then just decides to go where the badges are, that does not really necessarily win you a race. So I definitely can see, even with overall being efficient, being some consideration to just put off some checks for later. Now, I've heard that there are persons that have some specific checks that they are not fond of doing for one reason or the other. So, you know.
One of these people might be closer than you think.
I really don't know what you're talking about. You know, each player has his own preference, apparently.
Yeah, CedarBoy in his last race had the boat item as just one he completely forgot about. This time he couldn't really because we had to take the boat. So there you go. That's his weakness taken care of.
NooTzin looting the fighting cave. Well, that's a pass pretty close where you to where you would use it, but it doesn't really help at this point. This one helps a bit more though.
Yeah.
The rainbow badge.
Yep, these long checks have paid off for CedarBoy so far.
And
another one.
Oh. So yeah, suddenly only 5 more badges to be found, and CedarBoy's wish to put off Mount Mortar until he finds the rising badge got through. So yeah, has now after this probably the basement to do, and then is going to do the Mount Mortar surf and waterfall section. I don't see him immediately rushing Claire at this point, considering that we do have a lot of more checks without any fighting available than Claire. But we do still have full den access, so depending on how many badges we are finding in Mortar or not, and in the basement, we might just go Claire after this anyway.
Yep, this is just down to that time where you think, well, this race could be over in like 10 minutes, or it could be over in like 40 minutes. Just gotta find the items.
Yeah. We do have the E4 access for a while now, so there's no reason why a badge or two couldn't be on there. And that's usually 1 or 2 checks that most of our runners will be doing last or very close to it at least. So yeah, we will have to see. But yeah, at this point we have, except from Mount Silver, full map access. The only check that we couldn't do right now is the returning the lost item, because we didn't find it yet. So it still lives up to its name for now.
Unfortunately for NooTzin, he does feel like he has to come in so well armed before getting the silver wing. So yeah, looks like we'll be seeing the Grand Ball through to the end here.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd really hope for his sake that we find some better moves, really. Like, could find Shadow Ball, could find Earthquake. Maybe those will show up at some point. We haven't seen them yet from CedarBoy's end, though. Still have Drill Peck we can teach whenever we like.
We did find 1 more badge, though.
Yep.
So CedarBoy slowly but surely closing in on red here. I mean, given that we now have full mount mod access. I don't really expect an additional badge in here. Probably didn't wanted to find that thing though. I mean, I guess there was that Mewtwo that we could dex, but at this point, I don't know if that would be really worth the trouble.
Yeah, a little late for that. We have Thunderbolt Raikou already. We're good. We're good.
NooTzin actually continuing to do subs and girls, and that could be the one chance that NooTzin maybe has in this race to come back, because we've seen you could not skip hideout, you cannot skip a radio tower, you cannot even skip basement, because all of those had at least one badge behind them. So yeah, this one check that CedarBoy has decided to put off for now, and we don't know when he might potentially consider going back to. If that has one of the badges that are missing, this could be NooTzin's big find right now. Now we are finding all those special TMs that we would have liked to see quite a bit earlier. Nothing too great, but Feint Attack, Flame Wheel is definitely some nice coverage to teach early on. Giga Drain too.
I mean, Flame Wheel is, I guess, would be our best option against grass types, but would probably want to hold out for something like Ice Beam or Flamethrower before we bothered teaching that. Unfortunately for NooTzin, Soften Girls don't give us anything important this time, so we'll have to pin our hopes on some of the more obscure Kanto checks later on.
Yep.
Or potentially Claire if CedarBoy puts that off. But seems unlikely at the moment, but we'll see how many badges we find.
I mean, it's still... or CedarBoy still has a considerable check advantage here, so
yeah,
he will have quite a bit of time before NooTzin makes it to the point where CedarBoy is right now, and then NooTzin also needs to find the stuff that CedarBoy hasn't so far, while CedarBoy does not find them during the time. So it really needs to be one badge that is very, very meanly hidden that NooTzin somehow sniffs out and CedarBoy is not willing to take the risk for. And there's not a lot of options left at this point that would quite fit this bill. I mean, you can always say, oh, there's a Thunder Badge about to be expected here. At least find one. I mean, there's always something to say about E4 having a badge or Route 4 having a badge and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, CedarBoy will be doing them in... It won't take him too much longer to get to some of these checks at this point, because yeah, with how efficient CedarBoy has been so far, he has gone through quite an amount of checks already, so yeah, I mean, well,
they just keep coming, huh?
The CedarBoy decided to take to check the Rising Badge check here, because now with the Earth Badge found, only 2 more to go. But now the part of the run begins where all the good checks, or the more good checks, are gone. And you have to decide, okay, which of these not so good checks I want to do. And yeah, Guessing right or wrong on these can always make or break a race here. Looks like CedarBoy is going to start with Erika, potentially followed by Janine, although Cedar could also just take the road from Town and go Blaine into Janine into Road 15.
Yeah, I think
So
doing it through Blaine would be better. But we'll see. I do wonder, like, if I wonder if NooTzin, like, would he even feel pressured into making a play like Elite Four or something like that? Because I mean, it's not like the race has gone super badly for him. He had a bit of trouble earlier on in the race, but like, I mean, for all he knows, CedarBoy could have also dumped the Heracross and had similar troubles, and like, things have shown up for him. His Gramble, like, his moveset's not great, but he hasn't, like, died a bunch, really, so... I mean, I don't know if he will think that he's as behind as he actually is, but this is all speculation, really, it's hard to say.
It's definitely, from a runner's perspective, really hard to accurately guess where you are in comparison to your opponent, since you have no way of inferring which lane your opponent is getting to. I mean, NooTzin can potentially, from how Surf Access was available and the fact that he didn't go into Tin Tower early while it potentially was available and not unreasonable to get into, could infer that with the Raikou at the top, that your opponent is ahead. But as you mentioned, you never know if your opponent was actually able to do that. So I would argue there is at least enough reason for NooTzin to infer that he's behind, to a substantial amount that he needs to do something. But yeah, what that something is obviously always a hard question to ask, because it doesn't need to be E4. It just needs to be the one right check where the badges and your opponent isn't going to. That could be Route 25, that could be Route 4. E4 is always a contender for that. But you might be disincentivized from that based on being a Granbull, so being slow enough that E4 could potentially still mess with you, and then on the other side, if your opponent expect to take the Raikou, they are probably better suited to take on the E4 anyway. So they might actually be going there sooner than in other cases. But yeah, there is a lot of what-ifs and speculation that you could think about, but you just don't know. So you've mentioned it all. No, we've spoken probably enough times about this already, but there's definitely a thing about getting too much into your own head and trying to metagame what your opponent might have done and whatnot. That could just hurt you more than it could potentially help you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like most of the times we have spoken about this, it's been like it's kind of been the conclusion of, you know, playing your own game is the right thing to do, but like this race might be the exception here. But like, you know, how do you can't know really being a runner. I don't know. I don't think I'd have the instinct for it anyway.
Looks like CedarBoy. Yeah, CedarBoy has some kind of instinct at least, because he did decide not to take the Blaine route. It is only one single check, a second one with blue, but they do take a lot of time to get to. And if that badge isn't exactly on there that you're missing, then you're wasting potentially a minute or even more. And yeah, CedarBoy just decided to instead to go where the escape badge is, behind, not at Janine itself, but on Route 15. So only that volcano badge left to find. But yeah, this is exactly the part where NooTzin potentially has a chance to get into, because most of the badges are reasonably easy to find for NooTzin. But he just needs to find that volcano badge before CedarBoy manages to find it while getting all the others, which is not impossible. We do have softs and girls left for CedarBoy. We didn't see Route 27, the Whirlpool item, I believe. We do have Claire, where you can spend time. We do have the entirety of Route 25, including Misty. We do have Search still.
Yeah, I mean,
Rock and Route 4.
We've been drip fed items pretty steadily so far, but with one item left, you know, could grind to a halt for a while.
Yeah. And at that point, if NooTzin is able to make that one right call for that volcano badge, that could really be all that NooTzin needs. NooTzin is on the way to get the Thunder badge in here, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one.
And then Cascade badge is on Route 15, and the Earth badge is on Elm, so those don't take too long to get. So, yeah, I mean, check-wise, CedarBoy definitely has the advantage, but the den turns up to be empty, and NooTzin just never goes there, then we actually are pretty close back together, I'd say. Depending on if NooTzin is going to find Cascade Badge and Earth Badge sooner than later. Which, I mean, we probably see Janine too from NooTzin before getting the Cascade Badge. Bigger question is if and when he will decide to route in that.
NooTzin has already fought Janine, so that Route 15 check is pretty easy for him now.
Yeah. That makes this even closer if the den is empty. Because if NooTzin just never goes there, then yeah, he has 2 quick fly checks to get the 2 remaining badges that we know of, and then just needs to hunt down that one single badge.
Yep.
Now, I do believe NooTzin still has Chuck to check.
Yeah, he hasn't beaten Bugsy either.
Which, at this point, I probably would just say,
yeah,
if it's Bugsy, then
if I lose to that, then I'll lose to that, you know?
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm not sure why NooTzin is trying to check in an item here. Or did he just do the search section? But is this really that much faster to do it this way?
I've never seen this movement. This is
this
is new to me.
I mean, sure you can do it.
Yeah.
It's probably more advisable if you have done the strength section already. But I mean, sure. Meanwhile, CedarBoy has to consider if he wants to learn Fire Blast. Does teach it over Crunch at this point, I believe, was it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're not really needing Crunch or anything. Like, what does it really hit that our other moves don't?
We did see the Silverwing now.
Yeah.
I mean, Crunch is probably the move you want to have if you don't get access to an electric type move. But since we do have Thunderbolt, yeah, Crunch really doesn't do much for us. Now you could say now with Fire Blast that Psychic also isn't really helping with that much either, so that could have been also something to teach over.
I guess Fire Blast is more of a, when I fight red, I'm going to set up an X accuracy anyway kind of teach at this point.
And there's the Volcano Badge for CedarBoy, so yeah. Unfortunately for NooTzin, not able to find that before Cedar gets access to, and yeah. This was just a pretty straightforward ROM in the end. Nothing too bad required, just do efficiently all of these checks and talk to Elm at some point. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere CedarBoy went just seemed to pay off in general. I mean, just a few random Kanto gym leaders that didn't give us anything, but yeah, not a whole lot of wasted time, and
I
CedarBoy's
mean,
mains have really paid off for him as well. So yeah, looking like the seed's gone really well for him.
even in terms of Kanto leaders, there was really only Sabrina that really didn't, or wasn't really on the path that you could just always put in there, but didn't really had a feel of it. And also deciding to take sleep powder here. Probably not on the scissor. Yeah, there we
Yeah, I don't
go.
think we'll have much opportunity for that. Okay, we're not going to bother with Fire Blast, fair enough.
No. I mean, really, because Erika was the only other one that CedarBoy did that wasn't needed, but that was kinda on the way to the Cascade badge with Erika and Janine into Route 15, whereas CedarBoy decided to not go the plane route. So yeah, that was very, very efficient from start to finish for CedarBoy. Did take that one risk on Southern Girls that paid off, and potentially the one risk on Blaine too. Maybe blue. But yeah. Otherwise, just played very, very solid. And yeah, NooTzin is on the way to get the Volcano badge. Has not found a Cascade badge yet though, so will be inclined to check one more item and then, but by that point I think CedarBoy will be done with this already. But,
yeah, I mean the Cascade badge is probably pretty high on the that Route 15 check's probably pretty high on the priority list for NooTzin anyway, so he'll be finished in a pretty decent time as well. But can't really see this Raikou having problems on red even without sleep powder. Only one weakness and such a great moveset.
and it's a weakness that you can always set X defense against. So unless you get crit a lot of time, then there is really not much that should be able to stop you, even without sleep powder. And sleep powder will just make this almost free.
Even if you can't set up X defense, you have like Surf to take out the strong ground types anyway. But Dugong is, pretty low offenses, base 70 in both. I think we'll be okay here.
Yeah, so even the Mega Horn is not scary. So yeah, set the X-Egg, put it to sleep a few times, and then take all the time you want to set up. Even if it crits Mega Horns, you should live at this point again. So there is really nothing you should be afraid of. Except for your opponent maybe sniping you. But even then, CedarBoy should not be worried about that too much, as he has just played very, very well through this drum. Yeah, fully set up.
Yeah, now we can't really hit this because we did get rid of our fire move, but
yeah,
as long as we just don't die immediately, we're okay. We're okay. We have Psychic for this as well.
That
so,
we can use Psychic. It's really just Executor that is a problem.
Yeah, Executor, and if Celebi shows up as well, but
True.
besides that, we'll be okay.
You know, somehow I always just want to forget about Celebi and pretend it just not someone. No problem even with the Dragonite, and that is a GG for CedarBoy, finishing within time of 1 hour, 59 minutes and 2 seconds.
GG.
GG. Meanwhile, NooTzin has made it into the Dragon's Den, so is closing in on that Volcano Badge. And then just needs one more fly over to Route 15. Finish out this race. Taking a spin in the Whirlpool, why not? Oh. Skipping the Claire cutscene just in hope of being able to skip out on this extremely slow walking Claire. Interesting decision. Probably not that advisable if you do need 2 badges remaining anyway. And yeah. I mean, if you're worried about a phone call that does come after this, then potentially, yes, you could decide to try and risk it. And again, since you are missing 2 badges, not that one, don't think there was too much reason to do it. Yeah, I can see it in Crazy being more viable with there being 2 hidden items in addition to what we have compared to Extreme, but
Hello.
Hello. GG, CedarBoy.
GG.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I fell on the toilet. Oh my god.
That's the real reason you went so fast.
like honestly, the freaking weird move choice on red was basically because I was rushing. It's like I generally had to go to the toilet.
Yeah, I mean, this he couldn't have gotten all that much better for you. Just a few checks you didn't have to do, but
yeah, I mean, what was this, like the basement plus tower that was loaded. Also, funny Pokédex location. What can I say?
yeah, and couldn't skip the boat item this time.
Nope.
You had to take it anyway.
That was
so.
very necessary, I can confirm. I am glad there was no boat skip.
We're probably one of the better hidden powers you could have gotten as well, especially with all the normal moves you had with the Heracross at the start. Just nice ghost for that.
Ghost hidden.
Yeah.
Still, like that Heracross was really good. Like, fortunately, it was okay. Sword
yeah,
stat.
I mean,
my god.
Once you get past the early game and you're not hit by a super strong flying move on anything, you're pretty set after that with Sword Stance and in the end a very, very good physical moveset after all the stuff that you got. With the Boomerang TM was great, and
The thing is, like with the Raikou, like genuinely, like initially, I wasn't like necessarily thinking of running it because I still didn't have like Surf. So I was like, if I get Surf like really soon, plus like at least like another special move, I'll consider it. So I was like, Celadon is worth it. Then check Celadon, T-Ball. Oh, okay, well.
Yep, that'll do it. That'll
that'll
do it.
And yeah, I remember the
like
sleep powder.
Because like we saw you, like you sort of bought the TM in Celadon, and then you like slowly went up the TMs and your thing. You're like teaching other moves in the meantime. And we were like, "Come on, show us what TM10 is." It was like it was great. It was great tension. It was.
No, the thing is, like,
you're a real
I was not
showman.
expecting to be T-board. I thought it could be like body slam or something, because it was like a chance, or I don't know, like the text for the moves. I'm still not familiar with like what they are.
Yeah, I mean, well, you bought Bone Meringue though. Did you know that was Bone Meringue when you bought it?
I thought initially it would be double kick. Like Bullmorang didn't cross my mind.
Yeah, double
It's
kick.
like I just
specifically
checked my TM, so I'm like, okay, what is this? Like double kick? No, Bullmorang. Oh, cool.
Yeah, double kick specifically mentions it's a kicking move that hits twice or something like that. So yeah, the only thing that a move that hits twice can be is Bone Meringue. I mean, double kick would have been great too. So you know.
Oh yeah.
Either way.
I mean, that's why I got in the first place. I forgot Boomerang existed. That was cool. Also, Sleep Powder, that was very nice. It's like I remember, like in the end, I was like, wait, there's like one thing I should still do just to make sure that Red is not a jerk like it's been in my last few runs.
Yeah, fair enough. Probably didn't really need it, but like you were able to play like around the crit with that, so that was nice.
Yeah, it was worth it, I would say.
Yeah.
Although I will say is like I was like checking like here and there if he was like finished or not, because based on the checks I had, I was like, man, if he did like early like tower and then like a couple of other good checks, then I'm like quite behind, so like I should rush something else.
I mean, NooTzin didn't believe in the Heracross and didn't really find anything better and had a much worse early game as a result.
Oh wait, he's running a Gramble?
He's running a Gramble, yeah, because he used Electrode for a while, which he found early on, and it was not that great. Didn't have great coverage at the start. He had to rely on Dynamic Punch a bit. And
wait, did he get it like on Cycling Road or something?
No, he got Electrode on one of the early routes. I forget which. Yeah, he just ditched the Heracross pretty early, and then
that was a bold move.
Then yeah, I think probably just worried about that 4 times weakness, you know, which you know.
Yeah, I mean, that is a thing. That is true.
If you can just get walled on, like if you do get hit by a like I don't know, like a Dojo. If a Dojo Drill Pack had shown up early, then it would have been the play for him, I suppose. But just. I mean,
the Hitmontop bullied me with Terror Blast out of nowhere, so that was fun.
I mean, you could set up before it though, so it's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. After that, I don't know. The Gramble is okay. He chose not to switch to the Raikou, so. I guess at the time he didn't really have those special moves that, like you say, like you caught it, but you didn't have the special moves at the time. So
yeah, the important there too for NooTzin was he taught Crunch and Dragon Breath to the Granbull by that point already, so really had only Thunder Shock and then Surf from the boat to teach the Raikou. So he might have forgotten about the Sacred Fire TM on the. Or Sacred Fire on the move tutor, but he didn't really have that great of a moveset for it available, and yeah. I also never went really back to check out Celadon store for that Thunderbolt TM.
Yeah, normally I don't check Celadon. I was like, if I am running this like Raikou with like Surf, I need like another like decent special move. Otherwise, I will like stuck on the Heracross.
I mean,
only with Surf, yeah.
The guy in the house on the through the cut maze did say that TM10 was Thunderbolt afterwards though, so like maybe that would have prompted you to go back there. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that I need to keep in mind: the random mentioning of TMs, because I only know a few of them. It's like 37, then the usual dig, headbutt, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think it comes up all that often, really. It's kind of. I guess it's kind of nice to see that move exists somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the only one you get told about that you can buy, but I could be wrong there.
I mean, does the Sandstorm TM11 tell you, what it is?
Yeah, because Sandstorm TM is 37 always. As in, like, the TM itself is 37, but it's not like always Sandstorm.
Okay.
It
But you're
didn't
not gonna.
sense to my
But
sunny
yeah,
day.
Okay, so we might see
Didn't
that
have it.
more in the next round, I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Because
Oh,
that
wait,
one's also like
is that one? Maybe that one's still not in the pool. Is that because that's dependent on friendship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't mean E4 or Nugget Bridge or something like that. Okay, maybe Nugget Bridge wouldn't be like that bad as well, but like, I'm glad it wasn't going into E4.
Yeah, I mean that's sometimes how these races end up going. You know, like, oh, we found so many items, and then like, where's the last one? What happened?
Also, I would like to say like the key items, like especially the badges, they were like in the last like place you could check. So it's like second to last item in Dragon's Den. I mean, what Claire gives you, then the cut item piece of what was it? Fuchsia. It's like the very last item.
Yeah, I
There
guess
were
so.
like a couple other ones.
I think the SS ticket was like last item in Lighthouse, I think.
Oh yeah, true. Also, that was so lucky with like the fly axis. That was nice.
That was nice, yeah. It was just a nice ROM all around. Anyway, NooTzin also finishes his race in a time of 2:10:13. GG to him.
GG's. Guess I should also close my stream. Okay.
It's I kind of think it's a shame it's a shame the Riker ended up being so good, because like would have been nice to see Sword Dance Heracross go all the way, but
Yeah, no, again, I would have run it if it wasn't for, oh yeah, but surf into T-boards, like, okay, well, I have to
yeah, I
do the
mean
good choice.
can't really say no to that.
Yeah. Especially even like afterwards, there was like access to Psychic and Fire Blast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Poor Heracross, he did his job.
Yeah, and then like just it was so heartbreaking. Just like, you know, as soon as you see Thunderbolt, just like immediately slap Whirlpool on Heracross and like, no.
It's like, okay, HM buddy, come here.
It's like just imagining Heracross being like, what are you doing? No, I'm so strong. What have you done to me?
I don't want to spin. No. It was fine.
But yeah,
like, besides that, like the seed was like actually like okay.
Yeah,
like it wasn't fantastic, but it was okay.
It's because it was a Garfield ROM, not a Snow Bear ROM, obviously.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Sorry,
Yeah.
I went in with any assumptions.
No. It's because NooTzin has access to the race ROM, so you know it's one of those people who we make other ROMs for. But yeah, I mean this you probably still have to win another match to get into the next stage, CedarBoy.
To guarantee it, yes.
Yeah, Rylan mentioned at the start of the stream, it looks like your bookhold score is not that high at the moment. Your opponents, you know, maybe have like a lower win record than some of the other ones.
Before this race, it was at 3, so which was one of the lowest scores possible for a 2-2 race at that point.
Yeah, so pretty safe to say that you want to win the next one as well. So just win. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
it's that easy.
Just to compare, I think Prism Zeta at 2-3 had a Bohol score of 11 at that point. So you know, if Prism were to win and you were also to win, I don't think you could overtake Prism at that point, which is if you would lose, as you then both would be 3-3. So yeah. You probably are in a pretty strong need to get that one last win in Route 6.
I just need to find badges. It's easy. As long
It's
as I find them.
easy. Yeah.
And if
Just did
they're
what you
not
did in
blocked,
this race. Go to the badges.
and it's not like a chain of weird checks, because this run was like trying to do that at some point.
You just need to keep the boat required seeds coming, really.
Yeah, true. That is a thing again. But if we go into like the next set of matches with crazy with like hidden, then boat is a good one. I can admit. Because there's like 2 hiddens to pick.
If you can surf.
Yeah. I mean, usually you can surf when you take the boat, but
I mean, you couldn't before you got onto the boat in this run.
okay, man, it's copium. Okay, I'm trying to make it better for myself.
But I mean, on the other hand, you could say surf was exactly where you needed it to be if you wanted to do those checks. So,
True. Oh yeah, that would be really funny if it was crazy way to say it. It was a sign, okay? It was a sign.
Yeah.
For what's to come.
Well, it looks like NooTzin is not going to be joining us for an interview, so I'll just mention the races coming up. We've got one more today at 9 p.m. Eastern between Ivy and Odley. That'll be a 3-1 match, I believe. So that'll be a win and in. So that'll be exciting. On SpeedGaming 4 at 9 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, got 3 races tomorrow as well. Zeruvian versus Jose L at 12 p.m. Eastern. Snoop versus Shadax at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and Plop versus Andrel at 7 p.m. Eastern. No channel assigned to any of those yet. It's a bit early for that, but yep, keep your eyes peeled for more races, and there'll be plenty more on the weekend as well. Yeah, we're getting to that stage where people are getting close to being in some cases being guaranteed into the next round. Like we say, 4 wins is the magic number here. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time for some more races.
Yeah,
See you
hopefully
next
I'll
time.
be here next time. See ya.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.
yeah.